we're gonna go over some details on how to choose a new direction for your life. Part 1. Accept what you created. There is no way around it. Point number 1. Everything you once really wanted or not wanted is now your reality. You've created it. You need to understand this. You simply need to understand this. Who else created? Are you blaming other people? Please accept responsibility for everything you now created, because this is the first step in changing yourself, in choosing a new direction, and we're gonna go over some details on how to do that properly. So fundamentally, let's understand that everything you're surrounded by, everything in your life is created by you. You are the origin of that thing, be it something you like or something you don't like, something you despise. So who is it? Do you think it's somebody else? Because if you do, you're not mature enough. You're not responsible for your actions, which is the first step to take you from where you are to where you want to go in the simplest manner. So be responsible for everything created around you. You created it. You might not be the cause, but remember, just because you exist, you are the cause. Just because it's happening to you, you are the cause. That's the true mastership of accepting responsibility and becoming self-reliant. And let's understand that everything you wanted or not wanted, you're surrounded by it in your physical reality. And even your spiritual side, how are you feeling? How happy are you? Are you loved? Do you love? What's the dynamic with your feelings, right? Because we want to look at those. Everything created is created by you. You need to understand this simply. Point number 2, accept, acknowledge, and understand logically that everything you created is the result of how you use your thought energy. Don't fight your current reality. This is the last thing you want to do, to fight with your current reality. No, bro. First thing you want to do is to accept it. That's how you go. Let's say you've accepted, all right? Let's say for the sake of this video, yeah, I'm okay with the reality. As long as you react to certain people or events happening to you, you're still not where you should be. So stop reacting to those things, people, events, or triggers, and start accepting firsthand. Let the events, let the people be the way they want to be. And at the same time, choose your own direction. You cannot carry the baggage. You cannot become somebody else while you're still dealing with something else, right? At the same time. So first you have to detach and go fully on where you want to be. And at this point, I want you to understand that nothing is good or bad. It just is. And in the process of you getting your goal, the reality will shape itself, right? The everyday reality you live, and shaping itself so you can take it to your goal. You will encounter some seemingly bad events, but they're not bad events. They're just simply events. From the point of view of creation, there is no such thing as bad. Everything just is. Everything just shifts, transforms. You know, everything is new in nature. Rain is fresh, the water is fresh, the food is fresh, everything renews. So accept, and when I say this, it means don't cling to your past reactions, your past people, and your past everything, right? Simply start by acknowledging and accepting what you've created. That's the part number 1. Part number 2, set a new direction for your life. Point number 1, sit down and contemplate your future. Know that your present or future is not where you've been 5 minutes ago. When people live life, they live it in reaction mode. And this makes them be short-visioned, right? They look at yesterday and tomorrow. I want you to look at a few years from now on, and you need to find a way to structure your work to reach your goal. Not necessarily faster, but better. And better means more like you, through your own means. Regardless of the goal, you have your own means. Goal is your success, is what you want to achieve. But when you do this, please look at yourself with goods and bads. Have a holistic view and employ this self-awareness. Don't look at what you did yesterday or 1 year ago or 1 week ago. Look into the future, project from your potential, not from your limits or your past. That's how you create your future. So sit down and see the possibilities for your future. Contemplate. See how you can make it happen. See how comfortable are you with making it happen, with being the owner of those things, with living, with experiencing, with seeing those things. And try to enlarge your comfort zone. As this is your biggest impediment, your comfort zone, what you're familiar with. It can stop you in your tracks. You can have big dreams, but if you're not ready for them because you're running on past conditioning, then what kind of dynamic we're talking about here? You understand? So you have your limiting beliefs and your unconscious conditioning, and that includes largely tradition at scale. So sit down and contemplate your future without regarding your current actions, because your actions are not who you are, just like your body is not who you are. There is a spirit, there is a soul. living through you. Well, the soul lives in the spirit of the universe, but you understand the point here I'm trying to make. You use your mind, your feeling mind, contemplate, and to really look at yourself for who you are, and that is your potential. Don't waste it. You have a limited amount of time. I'm trying to make you aware of you actually choosing a direction for your life and sitting down and contemplating a new direction for your life. You can obviously use AI to help you reframe questions and all that, to ask yourself, and also ask AI to do introspection with it, so you can see emerging patterns from how you think, so you can choose a new way of thinking. That is, for example, you put a new timer on how long you spend thinking about negative things, or letting your mind go on autopilot thinking about random shit. So you need to change your OS, right, without really changing it. You need to replace the piston in an engine while it still runs. That's your job. Is doable. So choose without looking at your current actions, at your current deeds, what you currently do, because you can change that just by detaching yourself from everything that you do now. All right, that's the fucking fucked up thing. Point number 2, choose a realistic checkpoint in time that feels good and true to you. When you project into the future, you gotta pick the next target. You don't necessarily aim for the final image. You want to visualize the process. This is what you want to look at. And when you do, it must be realistic, because otherwise your mind will not believe it and you will live in a delusion. And that delusion is you will want something, but on the other side, you're doing something else entirely in your everyday life. So what you choose, if you don't want to live in this illusion anymore, choose something that feels good to you, that feels true to your heart. That's the only way to go forward. Point number 3, when defining the direction, your past is not you. Again, here we're not talking about your deeds and what you do, but your events, your past events, like 5 years ago, some events that still haunt you from the shadow. You want to look at them for what they are and really sense they have no grasp on you, but the grasp you let them have. If you have multiple experiences and you let those experiences define you, what kind of man are you in the end? Some can be powerful men, but what about the weak and feeble people? What are they defined by? Fear, dogma, intrinsic lack of motivation, the feelings of need, the need to be accepted, the seek for approval and validation, being other people's puppets. What else? There is loads. So what do these experiences contribute to? Either growth or weakness? You're the one to choose. You have this power. But if you have bad experiences or bad events in your past, don't let those define your future direction or your future trajectory. I want you to understand and be very clear on this. You are not your past. You have the right to be somebody else. You have the right to change yourself and not be the same you were 5 minutes ago. You can change your mind. You can really change your mind. This is a very powerful idea. It's all up here, bro. Everything you seek is up here. Your change, your new life awaits you on the other side of changing your mind and simply choosing a new direction. That's how you do it. You become somebody else by choosing, bro. Doing the work is fine as long as you flow with the flow of life, with the flow of things in life. If you watch my other videos, you know what I'm talking about. But don't let yourself define by your past. That should be the last thing to do. If you've cheated on your man, if you're a woman, let's say, don't let that define you. That's all you knew with the information you had at the past. You have the right to choose a new direction for yourself. And you're the only one to forgive yourself. And obviously, when you choose a new direction, have no feelings of blame. And don't be rigid. Forgive yourself. Just let yourself go and just go. As simple as that, right? The past is buried. It's in the past. You can't go there and change things. But you can change yourself in this present moment. But that requires courage to look at yourself and forgive yourself and accept your past. That's true ownership. Point number 3, planning and acting in the chosen direction. Point number 1, create a plan where your intuition agrees with your logic. Do not proceed otherwise. For example, if I start wearing glasses from now on for the rest of my life, just because I like it and it helps me not be so frowned anymore, then I'll do it. This is just a very small example, but it's a very powerful one, because if my intuition agrees with my logic and I feel good about my decision, then that becomes my new lifestyle choice. So this is what you must do. Choose something that takes the acknowledgement of your logic and your feeling mind and brings it together. Right, the moment you have this harmony, you've already transformed yourself. So simply decide to be somehow. Choose to change something at yourself, not everything at once, because that would be overwhelming for you. So choose something that you feel intrinsically is good for you. And if it feels good here and in your mind, with your logic, then that becomes your new life choice. And you can spend the rest of your life with it without regretting it. Number 2, If you don't reach the goal the way you want it, it will either be a lesson or a new vantage point to reach your real goal. This implies that everything should have happened the way it should have. We come here at a point where most people consider this to be an obstacle every time they see a seemingly failure, and this should be reframed as just change, and is not of a negative nature, it's not of a positive nature. It just is. If you go through life enjoying the best and being neutral about the bad stuff, about the worst that's happening around you and in the world, then that's mastery. Because you don't let yourself degrade, but just in the measure to which you allow it to. Because it employs self-awareness and a way to let go of your ego, to let go of the grip, of the permanence, of the fragile, of everything that is just mortal and goes away with time, with the passing of time. So, I know you have a plan in your mind of how you can reach the goal, but if you don't reach it the way you want it, the way that plan is crafted, or it doesn't turn out the way you expected it to be because you've learned it in the past, then just let yourself be open-minded to new ways of how the reality will unfold to ultimately get you to your goal. So be open-minded. Don't be fixed. Don't grip one way of doing things. There is loads of ways you can't even conceive, you can't even comprehend they could take place. So this is the trick. Choose with your heart this new direction of life. Because when I'm talking here about the goal, is reaching the goal of your transformation to the new version 2.0. And take this, the fact that everything should have happened the way it should have. There is no other way. You cannot foresee the future. Can't craft better scripts that will happen because you're dealing with the universal forces and they have a different agenda. You can obey them, but you only do that with your heart. Once you have the acknowledgement of your heart in the pursuit of this new life change, and that becomes your new direction, which is acknowledged by the laws of the universe. Because I know you might not believe it, but your heart actually communicates with these laws of the universe because it's a receiver and a transmitter at the same time. And what feels good in here has the support of the whole universe. That's how you get synchronicities in your life, to get a new chapter in your life. That's how you start, that's how you begin, that's how you change. That's how you get the future you dream of into the current plan, by merging this plan and your actions with the laws of the universe, because you don't want to do everything yourself. You need sales, you need people, you need a team, right? You might want to have a family and loads of other details you don't even see. Point number 3. When you don't know what to do, raise your energy and focus on your goal, and the next action will present itself to you through the path of least resistance from the current checkpoint you live in. It comes to you in less than 72 hours. It'll be plain and simple to follow. I took this technique from Jose Silva's Ultramind system. It's a very good system to follow of meditation and visualization that will ask you to connect to the laws of the universe and merging yourself with them basically, so you can get the help of the universe in getting what you want. And it's very easy to do. So it doesn't say this in the book. I took it from Tony Robbins, but you need to raise your state and simply ask. Think about your goal. Think about the process of achieving it and simply ask, what's the next step I should take? What's the next point I should do? And when you do this, the universe will answer you. It will show you plainly through science, through other people, through the algorithm. It came in my life, information. The next step. And loads of stuff like you'll not even expect. And by the way, the universe talks in numbers, and you will see the sign. You will see there will be somebody saying the exact thing you wanted to know, and it's much more than that. Just try it. When you're stuck or you don't know what to do, simply ask, and the universe will respond to you. And ask before you go to sleep. That's the best way to do it. Simply ask, and then let your mind wander. Never bring it back to the subject. Keep seeking the answer in the following days. It can appear 1 hour later or 3 days later, but it will appear. If it doesn't appear, simply ask again, and it will show up. It will come, and you will know it's the right answer, because again, it feels good in here. You do this technique based on you choosing a new direction, a new lifestyle for your goal, or for changing yourself, becoming a different person. It will tell you what to change at yourself. It will tell you the change will be plain. Sometimes you can feel it, but remember, it will only appear when you look for it. It's not going to come otherwise, because you need to become the seed. You need to create the tension, and the universe will match that with resolution. That is the solution to the next change you want to be. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.